Welcome to Xpertdoc Smart Flows. My name is Erik Pot. Today we'll start an Xpertdoc Smart Flow from a Power Automate flow. In a previous video I generated a document and triggered a Power Automate flow to store that document in OneDrive. I will reuse this flow, but first I'll create a Power Automate flow that triggers the document generation. I'll start a new flow, and my trigger is coming from Dynamics. I'll choose when a record is updated as the trigger. When a record is updated, it will generate a new quote. For this, I will use the Expertdoc connector. When you use this connector for the first time, you have to create a connection. This is explained in the Expertdoc connector video. Now, let's take the Execute Dynamics Flow action. In here, we'll pass the quote's unique identifier. And we'll select the flow to execute. Careful, this might list all your smart flows, not just the one for quotes. There is no context here. The user is optional. For instance, you can pick the owner, but I will leave it empty. Now let's save it. And we might have to give it a proper name. Now, when we change a quote record, our smart flow should be triggered. Now we need to be patient as the trigger sometimes takes a couple of minutes. It's now 16:43. Let me talk you through what happens in the background. In the background, my smart flow is started. It gets the quote ID from Power Automate, collects the data for that record, merges the data with the template, and generates the document. Then we create an HTTP request back to Power Automate. It uses a Power Automate connector to post the document and document name back to Power Automate. Then in Power Automate, we have a flow that started when the HTTP request comes in. When the request comes in, the document and document name are passed, the document is downloaded, and a file is created in OneDrive. Now let's switch to OneDrive and see if our document is already there. These are documents from earlier today, so let's wait and see. Like I said, the trigger sometimes takes a couple of minutes. If you want to troubleshoot this, you can check the reporting for the start and end times of the flow. After a couple minutes wait, I can see that my flow is now running. Let's refresh it a couple of times. And it now has stayed a success. If I would switch to OneDrive and refresh, I now have a new quote document. Like I said, it could take a couple of minutes for the trigger to start the flow. In my next video, we'll try to bring all the steps together in one Power Automate flow. See you there. Thank you. Bye bye.